Alright gang, time for some more DVDs and Blu-Rays, new into the collection. Haven't seen most of them, so it's going to be a pretty short one I think. Yeah. Wild at Heart, David Lynch, Laura Dern, Nicolas Cage. Yeah, edging ever closer to getting all of the David Lynch movies. I still need Lost Highway, Inland Empire, and The Straight Story. But I think other than that, once I've got those, I'm done. I love David Lynch. Wild at Heart, I haven't seen it for a while, but it's a fun movie, like a sort of road movie, where they play a married couple running away from her mother. Yeah, cool movie, Wild at Heart. Nothing special about that one, just a sort of standard DVD. But, you know, so yeah, that's Wild at Heart. That was only about £3, so, you know, that was a cool pickup for a movie that I wanted. The Witch, a lot of people's favourite horror movie of last year. I still haven't checked this out yet. Looks interesting, looks like fun. Bit of an old school kind of folk horror movie, in the vein of, I guess, The Wicker Man or something like that. Like I say, I haven't seen it yet. It certainly looks interesting, and I mean, I picked it up real cheap, second hand, so you know it's got to be worth a go. So yeah, that's The Witch. Next up, Withnail And I. This is one that I was given by my granddad. You know, I mentioned that he gave me a bunch of DVDs, nice little insert booklet, some essays on the film, I think. Yeah, like I say, I've never actually seen Withnail And I, considered a classic British cult film. So yeah, going to check that one out soon, hopefully. Hopefully soon we'll get onto something I've seen recently. Zombie Chronicles. So this contains 3 zombie movies, Swamp Zombies, Forever Dead, and Stiff Odds. I'll show you them each individually. Haven't seen any of these yet, but I'm assuming they're all just going to be incredibly cheap, crappy zombie movies. I got this off the seller on Facebook. Like I say, I'm a massive zombie movie fan, so I'm always interested in, you know, what the deal is with... Oh, that wasn't in there properly. I'm always interested in zombie movies, even if they're incredibly, you know, cheap. You know, I've always been a massive zombie movie fan, so... And none of these in there, right? Worrying. Like I say, I just, you know, zombie is probably my favourite genre of horror. You know, even though I'm not a massively fussy person when it comes to horror, I will watch, you know, most anything horror. But, you know, zombie, like I say, is a particular favourite genre of mine. And as a result, I've seen a lot of really crap zombie movies in the quest to find some new good ones to watch. But, yeah. Back round to the start of the alphabet, or rather the numbers. 2001 Maniacs double pack. So you've got the original 2001 Maniacs and Field of Screams. Of course, a remake of Herschel Gordon Lewis's 2000 Maniacs. Yeah, like I say, I haven't seen this movie in a long time. From what I remember, it's along that vein of... I'm talking about the original 2001 Maniacs. I've never seen the Field of Screams. It's something along the lines of like the, you know, the classic story of like outsiders end up in a town, you know, a weird little town, and end up getting, you know, kind of savaged and whatnot in kind of, you know, Texas Chainsaw type fashion. I've never seen the original 2000 Maniacs, so I have nothing to really compare it to, but I remember being alright. I remember it being alright. So yeah, that's the 2001 Maniacs movies. Next up, another one I haven't seen, Abattoir. So this is, it says on the front, from the director of Saw 2, 3 and 4. I don't like those movies, but that's mainly because of the script. I mean, they're pretty well made, in all fairness, so, you know, could be worth checking out. With a title like that, I thought it sounded like it must be worth a go. Something about a reporter who, yeah, about a reporter going to a haunted house and investigating stuff to do with like her family going missing or something. Like I say, I haven't seen it yet, but it sounds like fun, and a title like Abattoir, it's bound to be. There's bound to be something there that I'll enjoy. Next up, another one I haven't seen yet, April Fool's Day. This is one that I got from a Facebook seller. It's an old school UK disc. Yeah, April Fool's Day. A slasher movie in the old tradition of being named after every kind of holiday. You know, you always get, you know, you got like obviously it all started with Halloween, but then, well, I guess Black Christmas really, but you know, you got one for every seasonal event really. So yeah, April Fool's Day. I haven't seen it yet. Next one I haven't seen for years and years, Arlington Road. This is another one I got off my granddad. Jeff Bridges and Tim Robbins. Yeah, kind of thriller thing about a guy who, from what I recall, suspects his neighbour of being involved in like a terrorist group or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's something along those lines. It's about a character, Jeff Bridges' character thinks that the people across the street or whatever are involved in some sort of terrorist activity in a kind of Rear Window influenced type situation. I remember not enjoying it particularly, but maybe time has been beneficial to me for this film. I don't know. Here's a film that I've seen many times and do love. It is Assault on Precinct 13. Picked up the Blu-ray of this from Second Sight. Slightly gutted I missed out on the limited edition version with the soundtrack and all of that, but this version is pretty swanky. So basically what happens, Precinct 13 is being closed down. It's its final night. It's being shut down. And a cop is sort of looking after it for the night. There's a group of inmates being transported who are being held there for the night, and there is a guy who arrives at the station having killed a gang member who shot his daughter for witnessing a crime. The gang have chased him there, and the gang cut off the phone lines, they cut off the power, they trap everyone inside Precinct 13, and it's essentially a movie about trying to escape this kind of... I love siege movies. It's a siege movie essentially. Assault on Precinct 13 is really, really excellent. It's a great film. I'd highly recommend it. It's one of Carpenter's earliest films. I think it's his second film after... It's his next movie he did after Dark Star. I mean, if you're a John Carpenter fan, come on, you got to watch this. It's great stuff, honestly. Assault on Precinct 13 is brilliant. One of my favourite action movies. Next up, haven't seen this one. It was really cheap, that's why I picked it up. Attack of the Lederhosen Zombies. Looks like a Zomcom thing. Yeah, you know, zombies in the snow, I guess. Doesn't say what language it's in, because I can. This sort of thing looks like it may be in, you know, another language. It's clearly ripping on the whole dead snow thing. So yeah, Attack of the Lederhosen Zombies. I got it as, you know, part of an offer just to round it up or whatever. I've seen this one, I've reviewed this one, link in the description to the Black Panther. This is a often forgotten British horror crime movie about the true story of Donald Nielsen, who was the Black Panther. He was a armed robber who killed a series of sub-postmasters in northern England and committed a kidnapping of a girl called Leslie Whittle, a young heiress, in an attempt to kind of get the big payoff. Quite a controversial film because of its close proximity to the events. but it is an excellent film. There's a link to my review in the description if you want to check that out. Yeah, like I say, this is a really good movie. I would recommend checking out the Black Panther. You can check it out on the BFI Player Plus, free of charge if you sign up for the like 30-day trial. So if you go down, I've left a link to that in the description of the review video. Go find the review, and then you'll be able to check it out from there. Okay, next up we have Lamberto Barber's A Blade in the Dark. Can you believe I've not seen this one yet? This is a sort of later period, sort of, what is it, 80s giallo. This one gets raved about all the time, all the damn time. So, yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it, checking it out. I love a giallo. I'm a big fan of Italian horror, as you know. Especially from the 70s, but the 80s did bring up even some great stuff in Italy. So yeah, A Blade in the Dark, 88 films, Italian collection. Next up, a film that is based on BTK, the Bind, Torture and Kill maniac, Dennis Rader, his name is. In real life, obviously. This movie was so cheap that I had to get it. It was like £2 brand new. I'd imagine it's going to be terrible and just really exploitative and grim, you know. But, you know, for that money, I just decided that I had to check it out. It's a serial killer that I'm quite interested in. So, you know, I thought I'd check the movie out. Next up, Burial Ground, the really weird, frankly, Italian zombie movie. Yeah, this is another 88 films release. I preferred the inside art for this one, so I went with that. Yeah, just a really weird movie. Try and remember the plot of this one. Yeah, it's set in a mansion. It's like zombies attacking a mansion, from what I recall. Yeah, really good, nice. You know, quite a, you know, mayhem in shoes type movie. So yeah, Burial Ground. Not a lot to say about it. I'd need to watch it again, but I mean, I remember it being pretty good fun. Next up. This is the first movie that anyone has ever ordered me off of my wish list. It was ordered for me by Mr. T from Germany, my co-host on Ironcast. And I will be reviewing this movie very soon, so check the description in a couple of days if you want the link to this review. The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, Das Cabinet des Dr. Caligari. This is the limited edition steelbook from, is it Eureka? I think it's from Eureka. You know, I've kept all sorts of stuff, you know. That's just a little memento. That's the gift note that came with it. I don't know if you can read that. It says, "Sorry it's not Babes Behind Bars, Where the Boys Aren't Volume 3, Mr. T from Germany." So that's cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so it's really cool of him to do that. You know, no one has to order from the wish list. It's just a really nice thing that people can do if they want to support the channel. If you see him, give him a kiss from me. So yeah, he got me that. I'll be reviewing this very soon for him. So yeah, keep your eyes open for that one, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, one that I haven't seen in ages, Candyman. Tony Todd's signature role, I guess, aside from the Night of the Living Dead remake, which I really like. And I have reviewed. I'm not going to link it in the description though, because it's not relevant. But yeah, Candyman. A serial killer. It's kind of a mix of like, if you can imagine like the Bloody Mary thing, you know, saying Bloody Mary in the mirror, you know, makes Bloody Mary appear. It's kind of that mixed in with like you know, like the Cropsey Maniac story. It's, you know, clearly inspired by that. You know, he's got a hook and all of that sort of thing. And there's I guess it kind of plays on that kind of late 90s Scream thing of being, kind of meta, like it's it's a legend that they're, is being kind of investigated. It's like, do these people believe in this or not, and how much does what you believe have to do with it? So yeah, Candyman, that's a cool movie. I haven't seen it for a while. Next up, another one I haven't seen for a while, Child's Play 2. Yeah. What was it? Look out, Jack, Chucky's back. Great. So yeah, with this I've completed the Child's Play franchise. I'm going to watch through them all shortly. I'm currently halfway through watching all the Friday the 13th movies, so hopefully once I've done that I'll get around to watching all the Child's Play movies again, and hopefully be able to do something, video related to some of them, at some point, but we'll see. So yeah, next up we have Jess Franco's Devil Hunter. This was a video nasty, that's the reason I picked it up. The movie is terrible. As in, like, really terrible. This is a cannibal movie in the Italian cannibal vein, but it's one of the Eurocine ones, which, as everyone knows, are just total shit, man. Jess Franco hated the genre. He just did it for the money. He said that quite publicly. Yeah, I'm not a big Jess Franco fan in general. I do see some, merit in the occasional bits of his work. This is not one of his good movies, though. Devil Hunter is really, really poor. It's got these cannibals who worship this monster, who's like they sacrifice people to, and it's basically like this huge muscly black dude with like ping pong balls cut out for eyes, and that's the monster. Yeah, so it's pretty funny in that regard. It's is this the worst? Actually, I've got to say the humour does redeem it slightly. The worst cannibal movie is Cannibals, which is also directed by Jess Franco, and then I'd say the next worst is Cannibal Terror, which wasn't directed by Franco but might as well have been. And then after that, I'd probably go with Devil Hunter. This is just out of the ones I've seen. But yeah. It's on the screen. Sorry. Yeah, Devil Hunter, really bad movie, but had to get it because I'm trying to complete all the movies on the Video Nasties list. Next up, we've got a Fulci movie, Don't Torture a Duckling. This is the Shameless Screen Entertainment release. I do love a bit of Fulci. That's the inside cover. This is a really cool giallo movie about some children going missing or being found dead. I can't quite remember. It's about a police investigation into the disappearance. It's a really cool giallo movie. Actually, I really enjoyed it. This is apparently Fulci's first movie. Admittedly, I'm not a massive Fulci historian as much as I enjoy his movies. I want to start collecting more of them eventually. But this movie is his first kind of gore movie, if you will. So that's cool on a historical note. Really, really fun movie. So yeah, it's definitely a cool Fulci movie. If you're a fan of his style, then you will like it a lot. I mean, his movies were always a little bit more style over substance, I think. But it's cool, and there's titties in it, as you can see. But yeah, Don't Torture a Duckling. That's a fun movie, definitely interesting. Great special effects, actually. So yeah, next up, and this will be the last one, and it's the oddity in the pile. It's Alf, the Will Ferrell movie with James Caan. Couple of reasons I got this. It's first of all, it's an entertainment in video title, and we all know that I love entertainment in video, which is why I picked this up. Also because this is just one of the best Christmas movies ever. Like, I would say my favourites are It's a Wonderful Life, Gremlins, maybe Black Christmas and this. I think Elf is fantastic. Great movie. It's so funny. I just think Will Ferrell's great in it. I really think this is his best movie. Yeah, it's so much fun. It's a real, Christmas favourite of a lot of people, myself included. So yeah, obviously that's sort of the oddity, the odd one out in the stack is Elf there. But yeah, that'll do it for the week. If you want to be as cool as Mr. T, you can go down into the description and order me something off my Amazon wish list. That'd be an incredibly cool thing to do if you fancy helping the channel out. You can also go and check out my podcast. We're going to be back doing episodes very soon, and it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. Yeah, and until next time, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. That'd be very cool of you. And I'll see you next time.